Hey guys, welcome to another episode of State-Sponsored Violence. Now, I wanted to start with this quote. Now, it's from a show that's beloved by many from all different backgrounds. It's kind of a bipartisan show, but you probably know the quote already, but I'm gonna list it off now. Scene start. Kyle, that's because there is no goo, Mr. Cruz. You see, I learnt something today. Throughout this whole ordeal, we've wanted to show things that we weren't allowed to show, but it wasn't because of some magic goo. It was because of the magical power of threatening people with violence. That's obviously the only true power. If there's anything we've all learned, it's that terrorizing people works. Jesus. That's right. Don't you see, gingers? If you don't want to be made fun of anymore, all you need are guns and bombs to get people to stop. Santa. That's right, friends. All you need to do is instill fear and be willing to hurt people, and you can get whatever you want. The only true power is violence. Stan. Yeah. Right, so that's the clip. So if you don't know, that's from South Park. Now, again, that was the only time the show's been censored. Everyone knows what that show's about, and the only time they've ever been ever been censored was when they was talking about violence. And I'll add 3 more quotes before I get into the video. These first 2 are from Redditors. The first one reads, "Ah yes, the new world we live where you get attacked by police because you might commit an offence later and because someone else committed an offence yesterday." And the second one, "To all the apologists saying they don't want a repeat of Sunday, I can only reply, the police is supposed to be professional. It's their job to prevent violence, not cause it. Look at the footage of that night and then you tell me with a straight face they aren't the one causing the violence. They should be held to a much higher standard than this. Violence is the last refuge of the incompetent." But what about when the protester? It doesn't matter. The police should be competent and handle things on a case-by-case basis and always strive for de-escalation, not escalation. The police should absolutely be held to a higher standard than a group of protesters. Otherwise, they shouldn't be having the monopoly on violence that they're holding. And the final one is a tweet from the former Lord Mayor, and it reads, "The dilemma is if the bill passes, police will be able to clamp down on protest post-COVID too. I'm sure you'll agree that it would have been far wiser for the government to have waited until after lockdown COVID restrictions before attempting to pass such diversive legislation." Okay, and I want to be clear as well. So there are 3 separate incidents so far: Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. And they may have some of the same people in, but it's been 3 separate things. Although they've all been protesting the same bill. And it's a bill that affects travellers and protesters alike. And it's in parts 3 and 4 of the bill if you want to go and read. Link in the description. So the travelling community already have nowhere to go currently. And what's standing to happen is they'll be criminalised, and it's going to make a whole class of people a criminal, basically. You know? The protest side of things could see anyone partake in a non-permitted protest or an impromptu protest fined up to £2,500, arrested, and a lot more as well. And another piece they're trying to slide in there is, well, that's definitely worth mentioning in Bristol, is they're pushing for a new law that would imprison someone for up to 10 years for toppling a statue. So these were the scenes in Bristol as everything was building up and getting ready, and it was super peaceful. It was a procession, people were marching and demonstrating. And I didn't properly show it last time, but I wanted to show how many people are out and how peaceful the crowd is and how things can escalate super quickly. Obviously, the police are saying to people, go home, not for any, like, they're not doing it to be dicks. Their reason, they say, is because of COVID, okay? And then the protesters are obviously saying, well, we've got to stand up for the rights now, even though there's COVID, right? So it's a real sticky one. And I think, speaking from a lot of people who I consider to be moderates, is they don't want the bill and they don't want people gathering because of COVID. So it's literally, they're on the scales of there's one thing on one side and the other on the other, and it's hard for them to choose, you know. Just for the record, police have admitted that on Sunday, officers didn't sustain the injuries they claimed. There wasn't any broken bones, and there wasn't a chest injury that was claimed as well. And that's Sunday. Tuesday, there was no violence or no injury sustained to the police, but there was a lot sustained to protesters. A lot of broken, but not a lot. I think there was a broken bone. Someone was taken away in an ambulance. Journalist-wise, though, on Tuesday it was terrible. This is like my big thing, right? So last night, Friday, was bad, but let me just get through Tuesday. So the state literally grabbed one of the journalists from the Bristol cable. He was assaulted on video. And then Martin Booth, the editor of Bristol 24/7, was charged up by mounted police, isolated and then detained. So I'm just going to quickly wrap this up on them, just quickly. We've got sneaking bills through, attempting to silence journalists, beating citizens, denying peaceful protest, lying in the news, propaganda, going after marginalised people in a time of mass depression from a global pandemic, and after lying to the public about the weight of Brexit, which happened like 50 to 60 days ago. There is so much going on, the climate is crazy, and why they would try and push the bill through now is beyond me. Oh, I know why, because they thought they would get away with it. That's why. Life is the strangest it's been in a very long time, maybe even ever. Nothing but empathy, compassion and unity is needed now, but it would seem the seeds of division have been sowed. Everyone is talking about the mayhem and not the cause of the mayhem and how to fix it. Police will always protect the state, remember that. So when you keep the pressure on, you might receive the baton. That's what they're about, right? And everything I've said so far isn't conspiracy, it's all stuff that can be proved. The police chief, Andy Marsh, I believe his name, described the scenes to be like a rave on Tuesday. And if that's the case, then the police are a bad batch of ecstasy that's floating around, taking out innocent people. This clip here is the first one of the journalist being grabbed and beaten. This guy works for the Daily Mail, and I imagine he was trying to put out a story which was making the police look quite good. But they grabbed him up and tussled him, pushed him around, because that's what they're going to do in these things right here, you know, indiscriminate. Now these next clips, I'm not going to do any narration, I'm going to let the audio play through so you can get a sense of the tension.
5 minutes ago. Is media consumer 9/11, mate?
No, I missed it. What's what?
Can I come close without you hitting me?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Are you serious? You sure?
Yeah. What did you say, bud?
Is media consumer...
You're under arrest, mate, for violent disorder on a Sunday.
What?
All right.
Is this a joke?
You don't have to say anything, but
Is this a joke, mate? What? What? Are you serious?
Do you understand?
What did I do?
You're involved in the violent disorder on Saturday night. You've been identified
What
as being
Saturday
involved.
night? Saturday night what?
Last Saturday night just gone.
You mean here?
Yes.
I wasn't here.
You've been involved. You've been identified as being involved.
I wasn't here.
arrested
I wasn't
on
here.
Suspicion of violent disorder.
I wasn't here, mate.
Sunday night, mate.
Sunday night? I wasn't here, mate.
Sunday night.
No, I just got
Fuck you, what are you doing? Fucking pussy.
Disabled and vulnerable. Anything you're saying, you can't hear nothing you're saying, you fucking idiot. If they actually speaking or something, you won't be able to hear it. I have all the